4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Saturday. It's March the 8th, 2025, 7:15 in the morning. Welcome to The Point of View. I'm your host, Mike D, a.k.a. DDE80, a.k.a. 13th Wonder of the World. I know I've been gone for a couple of days, man. I had some other little situations to take care of, but I'm back with you guys. I told you I was going to come on Thursday. I wasn't able to come on Thursday, but I'm here today on this Saturday on this Full Fest College basketball day. Great games. Alabama versus Auburn is one. And of course, North Carolina and Duke, which is the last regular season of the college basketball men's season. Everybody now going to get ready to play for a shot at the 68 college basketball team, if I'm not mistaken. March Madness. And it's going to be very interesting to see where some teams end up. Hopefully, Michigan State has a nice little run this year. Don't get put out in the first round or the second round of the tournament. But we'll see what happens as the moving parts go on that, as well as the women's is also interesting. We're going to see what South Carolina, Notre Dame, UConn, Juju, USC, and all these other teams do, as well as LSU, as they get themselves prepared for their shot at the NCAA women's college basketball tournament. Excuse me, the TV's kind of loud in the back room. I was watching ESPN when I woke up. Shout out to the Point Place family, Bobby Reeves, I love you, bruh. Shout out to M Breezy, my little homie. Shout out to my little niece, Naya, my sister. I love all y'all. Thank y'all for listening to The Point of View, which is on the Podbean app as well as the YouTube app as well. Appreciate all of you. Let me get into a couple of things for a minute, then I'll talk about wrestling a few minutes. I'm going to go talk about the NBA as well. Congratulations to Joker. They came back and they were winning the game last night against the Phoenix Suns and KD and Booker, and those boys made a run, but Joker and the Denver Nuggets were just too much, man. They took the game in overtime, and in overtime it was just over with. It was Joker time, it was Murray time, it was Christian Brown time, it was Porter Jr. turn. They were a complete team last night. KD was able to take the game, put the game in overtime, but they had no chance against Joker and the rest of those boys. Let me say this about Nikola Jokic, the Joker. Congratulations to him for being the first guy to ever have 30 points, 20 rebounds, and 20 assists. There's nobody that's ever did that in history. Oscar Robertson was the great triple-double guy, as well as Russell Westbrook. His teammate is also a great triple-double guy. Even LeBron James is a triple-double guy. But for what Joker did last night was absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, monumental. So congratulations to Joker for that, doing what he did last night. Let me talk about, I'm going to talk about the Lakers as well. I've got some things I want to discuss about the Stephen A. LeBron conversation and things like that. The Lakers went and beat the New York Knicks the other night. Cat was back. Jalen Brunson went down with an injury. Now, let me talk about the Knicks for a minute. He's going to be out for 2 weeks, which means they're probably going to play at least 5 to 7 games, in my estimation. The Knicks got to win at least 4 of those games so that they won't dig deep down in the standings. I think that the Knicks can win without Jalen Brunson, because I think Cat could get focused. He's going to be the vocal point. I think Bridges is going to have to be the vocal point. I think Anobi, who played great in that game against the Lakers the other night, I think he's going to have to be the vocal point. Those three guys right there are going to have to be the vocal point for the Knicks to win, to stay afloat until Brunson comes back from his injury. He hurt his ankle in the game. That's the reason why last year they did not beat Indiana in the playoffs, because of the injury to Jalen Brunson, and Josh Hart was also out. So I think that getting Cat would help them, can buffer what they're trying to do in that situation. So with that being said, the Knicks, they lost to the Clippers last night. James Harden played absolutely phenomenal. Shout out to B.Ray and the Clippers. I know that he's happy that the Clippers are still afloat. Dallas lost to Memphis, and they're on a sinking ship right now because Klay Thompson has to be their number one guy. So Klay's got to be the guy to score the points now. He's got to be their leader. No Kyrie for the rest of the season. It looks like Anthony Davis may come back. If he does, then they might have a chance to get into the play-in. Phoenix losing last night. They have the last play-in spot, and it looks like they're going to go downhill if they can't do anything. It's a shame that Booker, Beal, and Kevin Durant cannot make the mix to make Phoenix better. Now, there were talks about Kevin Durant could possibly be leaving. Where does he go next year? A lot of people say he should go back to OKC. If he goes back to OKC, he will win his third championship with OKC. If he goes to the Lakers, I think the Lakers can make up. I think KD can go for a discount to play with the Lakers and LeBron. If he goes there, Austin Reeves gone. Austin Reeves will be in Phoenix. Rui will probably be in Phoenix. They're going to have to figure out a way to make some guys there. They're going to get some one-year deal guys to come and play with the Lakers if they make that trade to get KD. It's going to be interesting. Let me also go back to the Lakers. Lakers played great the other night. Tonight they play against Boston. Now, they've already beaten Boston once this year. It's going to be hard to beat Boston in the Boston Garden. I think Boston will snap our record tonight of 8-game winning streak. Could possibly be a great game with the Lakers, but I want to see what Luka does against Boston since they lost when Luka lost in the finals last year. I think Luka could be able to go to Boston and make something happen. We'll see what happens with that as well tonight. That's going to be one of the games of the week. Tomorrow is going to be Phoenix and Dallas on ABC. So that's going to be a significant game. Phoenix got to win that game tomorrow, man. Dallas is depleted. They only had 7 guys playing last night. So with that being said, let me say this. The Phoenix Suns are going to be fully healthy. They have got to beat Dallas tomorrow. In order for them to make a statement, they got to beat Dallas, man. They've got to beat Dallas. They got to come up with a way to beat the Mavericks tomorrow. They got but 7 people playing. And those 7 guys went out there yesterday against Memphis and played them well until they just ran out of gas. And Morant and them just went in there and Bane and them went in there and just closed up shop. So if I'm Phoenix, I know I lost a close one. I know I could have beat Denver. But now I've got to go to Dallas and I've got to figure out a way to beat 7 guys because they're playing with 7 guys. So we'll see what happens with that as well as the moving pieces go along with that. Let me go back to the Lakers. Let me talk about the issue between Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James. LeBron James told Stephen A. Smith to keep his son's name out of his mouth. That looked like what he was mouthing in the video. Stephen A. Smith was one of those guys that really, really bagged on Bronny. Bronny's playing great now. He's playing a little better. He's doing what he needs to do in the G League. I still think that he needs to stay in the G League so that when the season is over, he can get that playoff experience because the Lakers are going to be in the playoffs. The Lakers are going to have a deep run in the playoffs. I think, in my opinion, they have an opportunity with the addition of Luka, has the opportunity to go to the NBA championship. That's just my thoughts on that. And because I want to see LeBron get it. There is so much criticism on LeBron James. Every time somebody talks about LeBron, they're criticizing him. Why are you criticizing one of the greatest players to ever play the game of basketball? This man has done nothing wrong, but has came out and played basketball. As far as a basketball player, LeBron James is one of the best. This man has won 3 gold medals. He's won 3 gold medals. Listen to what I'm telling you. He's won 3 All-Star MVPs. He's won 4 NBA 4 MVPs. He's been a 4-time NBA champion. He's won 4 Finals MVPs. He's the greatest scorer to ever play the game. He's the number 1 scorer to play the game of basketball. He's also the number 1 scorer to score 50,000 points combined. He has broken records over records. And you mean to tell me LeBron James is probably going to be the all-time player to play the most games in NBA history, because I think he's third on that list behind Karl Malone and the Chief, great Robert Parrish, who's around from Louisiana. Shout out to the Chief that's from Shreveport, Louisiana. So he's probably going to break that record of Robert Parrish. There's no doubt about it. I think he's going to play at least 2 more seasons in the league, because I think within these next seasons, he's going to win a championship. The Lakers are going to win the championship. If they don't win this year, they're probably going to win next season. Trust and believe, I tell you that. But Stephen A. Smith, he like people are saying, I agree with, I have no problem with Stephen A. Smith, because I know he talks a lot. He's a guy that knows his business. He's very close to the guys in the NBA. He's been doing this for the last 27 years. So, yes, he was a beeline reporter for the 76ers. He covered Allen Iverson. And, yes, he knows a lot about basketball. So, let me also say this. Bronny's just trying to play basketball. I respect that from him. But here's the thing. And then I'll talk about the situation with Charles Barkley said, the great Charles Barkley. He's just telling people, stop talking about his son. If you're going to talk about him, talk about him. But do not talk about his son. That's a father saying that to another father about his son. Now, a lot of people think LeBron was wrong for what he did. A lot of people think Stephen A. was wrong for what he did. Well, the thing about it is this. You're going to stand up for your son. You're going to stand up for your kids. Even if you think your kids have not done wrong, you're going to stand up for your kids. So that's the thing that happened between Stephen A. and LeBron. And I'm not going to say anything else about it. It was said, LeBron said what he said. Stephen A. said what he said. Let's now focus on what's going on at the time at hand, which is the Lakers versus the Celtics tonight on ABC, which is the Saturday night game of the week. Not only that, Charles Barkley talked about ESPN. He said, yeah, we got to go to ESPN next year. And that's all they do is talk about the Lakers and the Warriors. He's absolutely right about that. The Cleveland Cavaliers have won 13 in a row. There's not too much talk about that. OKC Thunder have done a lot this year. He said all they do is cover the Lakers and cover the Warriors. That's true. But Kendrick Perkins, he wants to smoke with Chuck. I don't think he wants that. I think those two men need to work it out, figure it out, and just, get ready to work with each other next year. Because Inside the NBA is going to be on ESPN. After the games, you will see Kenny, Ernie, and Charles. I don't think Shaq's going to be. I think Shaq is going to be on Amazon TV with the NBA on NBC. I think that's where he's going to be at, on Peacock or something. Wherever the NBA is going to be, that's where Shaq's going to be at next season. Let's talk about wrestling. So it was Naomi that attacked Jade. But she did it. She says she did it for Bianca. I don't know how this story is going to go out. I think it's going to be Jade versus Naomi. I think Naomi's going to get jobbed at WrestleMania against Jade. I think Jade is going to go off on Naomi. I think Naomi's going to get her weeks where she goes off on Jade and things like that. They've made Jade a heel. I mean, not Jade, but they made Naomi a heel. And this is going to be interesting. Now you're going to see her probably start hanging out with Solo and Jimmy. Jimmy might become a heel again now. We'll have to see where that story goes. Congratulations to LA Knight. LA Knight is the United States champion again. Drew McIntyre beats Jimmy Uso. What we see now is going to be Damian Priest probably going to be against Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. That's going to be a match that everybody's going to want to see, a showcase match. I would have loved to see them get in there with LA Knight for the United States title, which it could possibly happen. I still think we're going to see a triple threat between Rhea, Bianca, and Io. I know we're probably going to see Jade versus Naomi. I think most definitely we're going to see Randy Orton versus KO at WrestleMania. I don't know what Jimmy's going to do at WrestleMania. I don't know what kind of match he's going to be in. We're probably going to see Solo versus Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania. We know Cody and John's going to be at it. Cody's telling John, if you want some, come get some. John Cena, we don't know when he's going to pop back up on SmackDown, but when he does pop back up, you guys are going to have to tune in because he's going to explain every reason why he did what he did, along with Rock, because you know that those guys are going to be on SmackDown in the next couple of weeks before WrestleMania hits the scene. Street Profits are going to go up against DIY for the tag team titles next week. I don't think the Street Profits are going to win. We know that Pretty Deadly are the number one contenders. Pretty Deadly could have a WrestleMania moment, folks. And they could become the next tag team champions. They might become the next tag team champions. I just don't know how it's going to happen, but I do believe that could possibly be the move that they make to make Pretty Deadly have a WrestleMania moment. Just like R-Truth and Miz had last year. Carmelo Hayes will go up against Randy Orton next week. Carmelo Hayes needs to have a WrestleMania match. I think you put Carmelo and Miz as a tag team and let them also contend for the tag team titles. Wow, what else we have? Alba Fire is now down with Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Interesting, right? Tiffany Stratton got attacked by Charlotte Flair, which was going to happen. What else happened on there? SmackDown was very interesting. Had some interesting stuff going on there last night. A lot of WrestleMania moments are taking place right now. A lot of seeds for WrestleMania is happening. Oh, by the way, WWE 2K25, man. Let me tell you guys what I saw on that there, man. The early edition. Listen to what I'm about to tell you guys. WWE 2K24 was great. It was a phenomenal game. I'm not going to lie to you and say it wasn't, because the storyline of the My Rise was absolutely phenomenal. This My Rise right here is different. They've got guys fighting against the girls. So the girls get in the ring with the guys on this game. So intergender matches are back, which I know a lot of females are not going to want that because they're used to seeing guys fighting against guys and the girls fighting against the girls. That's not the case on this game. And I'm telling everybody, I don't promote violence. I don't attack women. I don't do none of that there. But I'm here to tell you guys this. This WWE 2K25 My Rise is very, very interesting. Man, it's NXT versus Raw and SmackDown. It's Mutiny. It's called NXT Mutiny. And guess what else, guys? You can challenge for the mixed tag team titles on that game. They brought the mixed tag team titles back, which means they have the intergender tag team titles on the game of NXT. I'm not going to tell you nothing else. For you that gets it Friday, when it comes out Friday, you're going to love it. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to be happy to see it, man. Also, what is it? The WrestleMania, the Bloodline storyline, absolutely phenomenal. The gameplay is absolutely phenomenal, guys. So for those of you that want to get it, it's out now. It's the early access is out now. On all PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series. It's on all of them, all the gaming platforms. So you guys enjoy it. It is a great game. And guess what? It came out at the right time before WrestleMania comes out. Before WrestleMania pay-per-view. And then on there, guys, you can pay-per-view both nights. So when you're in your universe mode, where you're the GM and things like that, when you're running the show, you can have your 2 nights pay-per-views. Ain't it great? That's a great way to have. They upbuilt and they made this game as great as it could be. So we'll see what happens, man. Can't wait to get on the stories on there. Can't wait to toss my hat on that thing, man. Put my guys on there and start our year again of the road to WrestleMania as well as the road to Money in the Bank. Everything is what it is on WWE 2K25. But I'm going to yield here. You guys enjoy the NBA, enjoy college basketball, enjoy spring baseball, enjoy hockey, enjoy AEW Collision. I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't watch all of AEW Collision. AEW Dynamite, TNA as well. I see that they're still building up for Over Finley versus Moose, Cora Jade against Masha Slamovich. And the tag teams, Mustafa Ali versus Mike Santana, the Hardy Boys and Fraction, but it's also going to be Jeff Hardy against Moose. Dolph Ziggler's back on there as well in the tag match in the steel cage. There's so many things that are going on in wrestling right now that makes you want to stay glued to it, because it's like, it's like mouth watering when you want to eat something that you cook that you know that's going to taste good. I'm not saying wrestling tastes good, but it's very interesting. The consumer eyes are peeled to the products, and that's all around all the wrestling platforms, man. So, with that being said, you guys enjoy your Saturday. God bless you. God keep you. I will be back on tomorrow with another edition of The Point of View.